All right, this guy has 6 questions, but they're pretty good, so expect a longer vlog than the other ones. First question, what question that is often asked do you hate the most? And it has to be what's after YouTube. That's the question. The answer is I don't really know. I always knew going into this thing that I was trading a life of, like a planned out life for one of adventure. I always knew that, like, when I was a senior software architect, right, or before that a programmer, a tech lead, or whatever, the path was well established, right? Heck, I could go to Cisco employee handbooks and kind of figure out where I was supposed to be in 10 years. You know, the high level plan, the low level plan, etc. It was all planned out. And I ditched that. And it's a little bit like being a pro athlete. That was the thought process I had in my head. Like, you know, let's pretend you love golf. And that's your thing, and it's your passion, and you daydream about it, and you doodle about it, and this is what you want to be. And you have an opportunity to do this for, like, I don't know, 2 to 5 years, and live your dream. And of course, you know, like, if it goes well, you make more money than you would have otherwise. You get to live your dream. It's a great little stage in your life, but it isn't on the path that's you know, that everybody else follows. Do you do it? I chose yes, and I'm glad I chose yes. It's worked out fantastic. But, you know, 10 years from now, is this still going to be my gig? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, I think the smart money says no. How many channels from 10 years ago? Well, I don't know if YouTube was around 10 years ago, but I could do that. How many websites from 10 years ago are still big right now? Not a lot. Not a lot of them. So yeah, the question that is toughest for me is what happens after YouTube, because I always knew going into this, I wasn't quite sure what happens after YouTube. And, you know, but I am sure that, you know, I've made some good decisions while on YouTube that's going to make the next stage of my life a little easier than it otherwise would have been. If you could make one video that would get 1 million views regardless of topic, what topic would you talk about? Yeah, you know, you'd think I'd have all the answers before I started this video. I think it would probably be, like, assuming I could do it well, something that helped out people with depression. Like, I wish I had a 1 million view video on that topic alone. Something that people watched and it turned them around and made them think, made them understand that what looks like the end, what looks like a good opportunity to stop, is not. It's a cause that's near my heart. It was the last big donation thing I did was to write "Love on Our Arms," and that was for that topic. I feel like the thing that I'm best at making an impact with is people who are going through a rough spot and don't understand that it's just a spot. They think that everything is over. So that's probably the topic I'd pick. I regularly heard you talk about your suicide attempt, but I've only once heard you talk about your failures as an adult. Just the one video. I did one lately called "Woody's a Loser" or something like that. Is there a reason for this? Mostly that I'm kind of on a winning streak as an adult. I actually, this one I read and thought about, like, well, what big losses have I had? And, you know, there's the one time I got fired, but I was like 20 or something. And actually a little more recently, this is like 12 years ago, at Cisco, I once had a rough spot. And I don't know if they did anything. No, there was nothing formal like a performance improvement plan. That's this thing they do at Cisco. But there was a time when they put me under this, like, evaluation period and made me know that they weren't happy with me. I'd probably been at Cisco for like a year. I ended up being there for like 12 years. But like maybe 9 months in or so, it seemed like my manager had it out for me. And, you know, I ran, it was like they were waiting for me to make a mistake. And then I ran late on one software project. And if you know software, that is incredibly common. But they were like, "Oh man, Woody, you're late. You know, you're not good. You're bottom 25% or whatever it is they called me." And I was like shocked. And then I just started being perfect for years. I went years without a bug in my code, which is really uncommon. And yeah. So, but mostly as an adult, like things are going pretty good. I'm really happy with my marriage. I'm really happy with my kids. I've had a series of escalating jobs that have all been better than the last. So I don't have a lot of material for failures as an adult, but everybody fails, so I'm sure there's more coming. of the lows mentioned in 3, which was the hardest to deal with at the time? So I guess he's talking about losing my job and the suicide. I guess it'd have to be the suicide, right? That, I don't know. The hardest low I've had as an adult was when Colin got diagnosed. That was the last time that it was like... long-time listeners have heard me say this before, right? The big problems in life are financial and medical. No, I'm sorry. Are medical and emotional. Medical and emotional. That's it. If it's not about relationships and it's not about health, everything else money can solve. It just goes away, right? If you keep working and you keep earning, you'll get a new car. Your house burns down? Fuck that. That's not even a big problem. If, whatever. If it's not emotional or medical, then just, you can work and overcome it. But those things you can't necessarily solve. So when Colin had a medical issue, and they said that his future was in doubt, that was the toughest thing to deal with, because what the fuck do you do next? That was a tough one. So yeah, I want to start vlogging on a budget. What gear would you recommend? Truthfully, a modern cell phone is pretty strong. The two that I had the most experience with are iPhones and the Samsung, like the Galaxy series. I think the Galaxy series is a slightly better camera, and the iPhone has slightly better audio. Although I'll say the new iPhone 5C, I haven't tried those yet, so it may have caught up camera-wise or past it. Who the heck knows. But the other thing I really like is a monopod. You can't see it here, but I've got this thing like on a stick, and it creates a nice video effect, like you're seeing right here, where I can like do this and spin and turn, and I can walk and talk. When I see someone holding their own camera to vlog it, it looks so bad to me. This is much better, and I realize I probably move too much, but yeah, just a phone. And the nice thing about the phone is you always have it with you. It's always in your pocket. So when the right moment comes along, if something magic is happening next to you, then you can do that. If you want to start vlogging like nice with a green screen and a cool background and stuff, almost any DSLR will do the trick. I'm partial to Canon, but that doesn't mean it's the only good one. The Sonys are getting a lot of attention right now. The Nikons, Nikons are always good. But like a Canon T3i or something will do you really well. And the last thing is, what exactly amazes you about bilingual, multilingual people? As a programmer, you know a bunch of languages too. And he's right, actually. Like, coding is almost like translating requirements into computer code. But I don't know what it is. It's like they're speaking in tongues. To watch them in every other language sounds almost blindingly fast to me. Whereas the one that I know, it happens at regular speed. But when I hear somebody speak Spanish or French or German, or it doesn't matter, and they're just blasting out all this stuff in a language that I completely can't comprehend, it seems like magic. I don't know. It's one of those everyday superhero things. Like, wow, that guy, he talked to me so normally, and now he can talk to that person so normally. How do you do that?